We're here at the Brain Injury Alliance of Arizona to talk about Brain Injury Awareness Month, and joining us now is certified brain injury specialist Will Grove. Will, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
But first off, what is the mission of the Brain Injury Alliance of Arizona?
So the Brain Injury Alliance of Arizona is the only statewide nonprofit that works with survivors of any type of brain injury anywhere in Arizona at any stage post-injury, but also with their family members, their caregivers, any member of their support system as well. And we also do a lot of work in the community, helping to create awareness within the general public for prevention as well.
What is the most common type of brain injury?
The most common type would fall under the category of traumatic brain injury, which is a bump or a blow or a jolt to the head. Here in Arizona, the most common one of those comes from falls, though certainly car accidents are a big cause, assaults, and also athletic injuries, and a lot of other different factors contribute to the amount of brain injuries here.
So, Will, what is one of the biggest misconceptions that you find when it comes to brain injuries?
I would say the biggest misconception is that if you can't see it, it's not there. We often refer to invisible scars, invisible injuries. So you'll have an individual who's maybe not exhibiting any physical symptoms, maybe quote unquote looks fine, but is still dealing with a lot of cognitive issues as a result of an injury that may have been years ago. And I think sometimes it's difficult for our survivors to get that understanding of the injury that they're still dealing with recovering from.
So, Will, how prevalent are brain injuries?
So here in Arizona, there is a brain injury incident more than 65,000 times a year. That's resulting in over 8,000 hospitalizations on a daily basis. And that's just right here in Arizona. Nationally, the figures are much higher. And a caveat that I'll add to just about any of these figures of brain injury is they're all underreported. So those figures I can give, that's what we're able to count. It's actually much more prevalent because people don't know to seek treatment or don't even recognize that they've had an injury.
Are traumatic brain injuries preventable?
Absolutely. Certainly not 100%, but there are a lot of different precautions one can take. The one easy one, wear a helmet if you're participating in motorcycling, bicycling, really any sport that you'd expect to have that. Wearing a helmet's a big part of it, but also when it comes to driving or operating a vehicle, make sure that you are in the right mindset, make sure you're not distracted.
Now, you all provide an abundance of resources here at the Brain Injury Alliance of Arizona. Tell us about some of those.
So one of our big day-to-day ones is our resource line. Through our resource line, we can help people access vetted resources anywhere in the state of Arizona, whether that's different clinical specialists, whether that's different community providers helping with food or housing. And then ourselves, we provide specific resources for veterans and survivors of drunk and distracted driving incidents, and our own support groups, which are completely free in different classes and programs.
Now, Will, of course, you all are a nonprofit, so you have something very special coming up. Tell us about that.
We do. We have one of our biggest fundraisers of the year coming up at the end of March. It's on March 25th. It's a fun run. It's called Run, Walk, and Roll. It is a 1-mile fun run, 5K or 10K if you're ambitious. But it's one of our biggest fundraisers that's going to go to supporting our rec therapy program and creating a lot of social opportunities for our survivors.
Will, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. If you'd like more information about brain injury awareness and prevention, just head over to the website.